Hey guys, Stephen Philos here, back in the garage. Today we're looking at BullyDog's BDX tuner, and this is a great and easy way to tune your vehicle in no time flat. And it actually has a very small form factor, so it's easy to stow away once your tune's done in your glove box or your center console. Now you don't have to stow it away if you don't want to. You can still mount it in your dash to keep an eye on those things you want to be monitoring. Now with that said, there are a few things that you should know about the tuner itself. First of all, this one part number is designed for about 700 applications, so in most cases your application will be covered, so just be aware of that. Now with all that out of the way, let's move on to the tune itself. Now moving on to the tune, the first thing you do is plug the device into your OBD2 port. Once you do that, the device will light up and give you new options. So the first thing we have is Program Vehicle, which is where we can set our tune. So we'll go straight in. It'll confirm that this is the VIN number. That is correct, so we'll confirm. Now from here you can either update your device if you needed updates, or you can skip the step. We've already done that, so I will skip this step. Same with the cloud sync. If you had any available tunes in the cloud, you could pull those down now. But in our case, we've already done all of that, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit skip once again. It'll let you know that this is not legal in California, so if you agree with that, go ahead and hit continue. The other option you have here, though, is return to stock. So once you've already done a tune, which we have, you can return the vehicle to stock. So once you take it back into the shop, they're not going to know that you've already flashed the ECU or done anything like that. So that is an option you have, very easy to get to. In our case though, we're good with this. We'll hit continue and turn the key on, not the ignition. So just be aware of that. Just turn it over, not the engine. So once the key is in the on position, we'll hit continue. Now from this screen, we can select our preloaded tune from BullyDog or any custom tunes that are available for us. In our case, we'll go with the preloaded BullyDog tune. Now from this screen, you can either accept that tune outright by hitting skip, or you can change any settings that they have made by default, which is what we'll do. We'll go and hit change. And that'll give us a summary of those changes in this tune. And actually we want to change the fuel octane there. We are in the EcoBoost, so we're going to change that to a 93 octane. And everything else looks good, but you can actually adjust your speed limit. You can limit the speed, so if you give your keys over to a valet driver, or if your kids are taking your vehicle out for the night, you can limit their speed so you know that they're not speeding out on the interstate or anything like that. So you have some really good options here for that. In our case, we'll hit back, and everything else looks pretty good. So to flash the ECU, all you have to do from here is hit approve. The next step down though is our gauges/data log. And this allows us to monitor those things that we want to be keeping an eye on. From here it says turn the key on once again. We've already done that, so we'll hit continue. And now we have our gauges. So from here, you can control every option that you see. So if I don't want to be monitoring my boost or my voltage or my coolant temperature, I can change any one of these to something different. So for instance, intake air temperature, I can be viewing that instead, and I can change the units from Fahrenheit to Celsius. Fahrenheit's fine. We'll approve that. And now this bottom option here is giving us the intake air temperature. So you can change these on the fly very easily. You can also change the entire layout of your gauge. If you don't like this one, you can go back, select gauge layout, and adjust this to show you more or less options depending on your needs. So let me just show you here. Now we're showing 6 different options that we can keep an eye on here. So really cool there. Now if you prefer more of a landscape view, you can adjust that as well by going back into the gauge layout, and you'll have another section entirely for landscape layouts. So now everything is in the landscape mode. If you prefer viewing your gauges that way, then that is a great option for you. The next option down is our vehicle functions. This allows you to read any diagnostic trouble codes that you have and clear those, and any special functions that your vehicle has. You can manage all of that from this option. The next option down is vehicle info. That gives you information about your vehicle, such as your VIN number. Now the next option down is your device info. This gives you information about the device itself, the software version you're running to make sure you're all up to date, and anything relative to the device itself. And the next down is our settings, and this is where you can check for updates manually. You can do the cloud file sync manually as well from here. Set up any new Wi-Fi networks, adjust your brightness, your orientation. If you prefer portrait or landscape mode, you can change that here. Your theme, so if you prefer a dark theme or if it's at night, you can adjust to something that's easier to read at night, such as a dark theme. So that's a cool option you have. You have power management. You can change your audio. This is actually one of the key things I recommend doing first, is if this is set to on, every time you move up, down, back or forward or hit anything, it's going to beep. And that may get on your nerves a little bit, so if that's the case, just switch this to off and you're taken care of. It's just that simple. The other option is your startup function. So when you start your vehicle, it can either go straight to your main menu, which it is here, or straight to your gauges. So depending on your tastes, you have some options there. And last but not least is the factory reset. So if anything does go wrong within the device, you can reset this to the factory settings. So the tune's done. Let's talk about now the installation time and the difficulty. So really this is not a traditional install. It really is just plug it into your OBD2 port and you're done there. So really, as far as difficulty goes, I'm going to give this a 2 of 10. The only know-how you need to have really is how to connect this to your Wi-Fi network. Once you've done that though, everything else is very straightforward. Now as far as the time that it took, I'm going to give this about 15 minutes, mainly because we had to update the device. That takes maybe 5 minutes depending on your internet connection, and then to run the tune itself. So maybe 15 minutes, but really that's no time to get a great tune out of your vehicle. Alright, so if you want any more details about the BDX tuner, check the description below this video. We'll have everything listed for you there, from a part number all the way to a dealer locator, so you can find the BDX at a local dealer near you. Now if you like the video, please like and subscribe and click the bell icon for notifications every time we release a new video. Thanks again for tuning in. This has been Performance Corner in the Garage.